Thank you, SDens23, for that comment. Next one is about authenticity in relationships.
Often what?
Authenticity.
Okay.
I stumbled in the beginning, but I tried to correct it. You had to just point it out.
I'm sorry.
You're emasculating. You're
I'm
eroding
not.
my masculinity.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, sir.
Authenticity in relationships. Is it harmful? The question is from Shannon G. 1975. Shannon G. 1975. Thank you for your comment, Shannon, although you didn't disagree. You disagree with what we were saying. Is it harmful to not show your true self at home to avoid offending your partner? That came up in our last episode about our story.
How we met.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you commenting on this and how you say you don't bring your whole self home or whatever.
Right.
I thought I saw this on Aries them and not our story thing when you were saying you don't bring your whole self at home. I thought that was a thing with Aries. I just remember thinking people are not gonna they're gonna probably take that the wrong way.
When I get around my friends, I'm a whole different person.
Yeah.
But when I come home, she doesn't see that side of me. And some couples are people like, oh, I should be able to come home and you should see my whole self. No,
I don't
lies, all that.
I don't want that.
Do not show your whole, because that is not effective in our marriage. So why don't you explain what I meant to the people?
I knew when you were saying it, I was like, people might take that the wrong way because it sounds like you come home and you're being fake and you're not being yourself. And you did not mean that because that's not who you are. But I think you were talking about like how when you're with your friends, y'all like to joan and say and do all this stuff, whatever. That is your whole self of being with your friends. But when you come home, I don't want to hear no joning and all that kind of stuff. That's not funny to me. So it's like you don't bring all that kind of stuff home because it just wouldn't work in the household. But the way you said it, I don't think people understood it that way. I felt like they might think like, oh, he's not even being real with his wife.
Right.
But that is not the case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. That is what I did mean. I do not want to display the attributes of myself that are offensive and harmful to our marriage or offensive to you. Like how I'm going out to dinner with my friends from work today and we're going to joan. We're going to cut up.
Yeah, that's what y'all do.
Bernie doesn't like that kind of humor.
It's not funny.
I can't bring that home. And so I think in the comments when I was replying to this comment, I was making the point that if you have, let's say you have you're dating somebody that likes to curse a lot, but when they're around you, you don't really want to hear all that.
Right.
You don't mind them cursing when they're not around you. You're not trying to say stop cursing.
Right.
You just don't like that they're cursing a lot. And so it's disrespectful if he continues to curse around you and not pull that back.
After you said you don't like that and you don't want to hear it.
And it's not an issue of, I should be able to show my whole self. Yes, you can, but then some of your whole self is offensive. You're still a good person. You're still a good candidate for someone to marry. But it doesn't mean that you get to be disrespectful to the preferences of the things that seem offensive to that person. Even if it's not some people say cursing is bad, some people don't. But even if it's not a bad thing, let's say you like to drink a lot, but when you go out with your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend, they don't like your behavior when you get drunk. He ain't trying to stop you from drinking. I don't want to. When we go out, you need to bring that back down. So
I mean, it's marriage 101. Because what you're talking about is like you are nobody, and I mean nobody. I'm just gonna say nobody is their whole self in a marriage. I mean, when I say whole self, right. I mean like who you used to be, because you have to compromise and things are not going to be your way. Yeah. So you have to compromise and do things differently because you're not married to yourself. So you can't be yourself inside your house like you are single, all alone, doing what you want to do, going blah, 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 blah. When you're married to somebody, you have to compromise and shift things, changing whatever, because you're not married to yourself. And so you can't bring all of you all the time because guess what? It don't work. Ask 100 million married people. Mm. Who's compromising and who's not?
Right.
Because when you're not compromised, guess what?
Somebody's miserable.
There's chaos. And there's no peace in the house. I mean, you have to. You can't always be just you. You can actually be all you.
Yeah.
Stay single.
That part.
You could be all you.
Yeah.
When you don't, you could just bring all your whole self in your own house and You don't got to change nothing.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah.
Bernie said. I didn't say it, but now so y'all come for Bernie in the comments.
Oh, don't come for me. I don't like that. I don't read the comments though, but he read them.
If you want to see another clip of this episode, click here. If you want to see the full episode, click here.